it's Vickie, and I have psoriasis. I decided to make this into a celebratory announcement because I don't want to sit around and mope about it. This is my official coming out to the psoriasis debutante ball. At first I thought I'd kind of hide what's going on and hope to ride it through, but then I realized that the people who matter don't mind and the people who mind don't matter. So I'm just sharing it with the world, and hopefully if you have psoriasis or you know somebody with psoriasis, maybe this will help you with getting through it yourself. I don't know. I'm just doing weird things with my arms at this point. You know, it's funny because I did a video about talking to the camera last week, and I'm feeling awkward about talking to the camera right now. I'm sorry, I'm itchy. At this point, you might be wondering, hey Vickie, what is psoriasis? Well, I'll tell you. Psoriasis is an autoimmune disease. It can last weeks, months, years, or it could just be chronic and affect you your whole life. You know, good times. Usually there's flare-ups and you get like this rash all over your body, and it's like red, and sometimes it's got like this white scaly skin on top that you're like, ew, that's disgusting, and then you pick it off and then they tell you don't do that and you're like, oops, because I already did that. Basically what's happening to me is my immune system is very confused and it thinks that there's a threat to my skin, so it's telling my skin to multiply insanely fast. Oh my god, our skin! What? There's nothing wrong with our skin. For seriousness, I think there's something wrong with our skin. No, I'm not being mean. I just want to help you. I have an idea. I'm gonna make your skin multiply at like 10 times the normal rate. It's gonna be great. Oh my god. Who wants a shot? Oh my god, immune system, go home. You're drunk. So yeah, I've got a rash all over my body thanks to my immune system. The type of psoriasis that I have is a little less common. It's called Guttate Psoriasis. Guttate is actually from the Latin word gutta, which means drop. And you can see on my hand that I actually have these little pink salmon drops on my hand, and they're kind of getting covered with some scaly skin. Yeah. So yeah, that is all over my body, and in some places is a lot worse. If you want to see, I'd love to show you. Close your eyes if you're sensitive to rashes. Are you ready? If you were closing your eyes, you can open them now. So yeah, let me tell you my story about how I figured out I had this. What happened to me is New Year's Eve, I had the worst fever possible. I was lying in bed dying, and then I was lying on the ground dying, and then I was lying everywhere else in my house basically just dying, and I was hot and then I was cold, and it was just miserable. So that fever sort of subsided after 2 days, and then I just had kind of like this head cold, and I had a sore throat, and everything was kind of like ugh for a couple of days. And then about 9-10 days later, I started to get a little bit of a rash on my chest. That's where it actually started. And so I just had a couple of little dots, and I thought it was because I was having a headshot session. And so, you know, when you have a photo shoot, you get all stressed, and usually that's when you break out, and that's when, if you're gonna get a rash or something, that's when it happens because you're gonna take photos, so your body knows that's when it wants to just be annoying. Here's a picture from my headshot session. It actually turned out really great. I'm glad that I did it then, because now I would be taking all of my shots in a turtleneck. I originally thought it was an allergic reaction to a new body wash I was using, but it wasn't. So Olay, if you're watching, I'm sorry that I called you out and I bitched you out and I complained that you caused a rash for me, because apparently it wasn't you. So the Monday after the rash had first started appearing, it had started to spread and it was a bit itchy. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor looked at it and she was confused. And then she called in her attending, and her attending looked at it. Is it chicken pox? What is that? Are you sure it's not an allergic reaction? Are you eating anything different? Are you using different body wash? What's going on? I was like, no, I thought about all that. It's not that, I swear. And so they told me, you know, I think that that's gonna clear up on its own. Just make sure you're taking allergy medications, and also go ahead and take Benadryl and come back if it doesn't clear up. But it should clear up. So the next few days, it doesn't clear up. It keeps getting worse. It is spreading all over, slowly but surely. It's becoming more dense. So I go to the doctor again on Thursday, and I have the doctor come in. She, again, is like, I really don't know. She calls in 2 other doctors to take a look at it. They are super excited because I'm like this exciting medical mystery. Oh my God, it's a fun case to solve. So they're running around trying to figure out what this could possibly be. And then they come to the consensus that it is most likely guttate psoriasis, at which point they write a prescription for a little tube of steroid cream and they tell me, oh, don't use too much of this because it will thin your skin. That's okay. I don't need my skin. Who needs skin? That's not important. They refer me to a dermatologist. Of course, the dermatologist is booked solid until April. God, April is so popular. I hate her. January, February, March, April. I cannot wait 3 or 4 months to get this attended to. This is spreading. This is itching. I need to do something about it. Called up as many dermatologists as I could. My mother helped me with getting some people involved, and I was able to slip into an appointment on Saturday. And I went in on Saturday, and the dermatologist immediately looked at me, said it was guttate psoriasis, and he actually prescribed to me a tub of steroid cream. And you know, I was worried about that little tube of steroid cream that was going to thin out my skin. This was 40 times the strength of that tube. And he also put me on antibiotics. So yeah, the moral of the story is always get a second opinion. For the past few days, I've been Googling the out of this condition, and I've been trying to learn everything that I can about it and looking at different treatment options because, yeah, I guess it can last months or so, but I would like for it to last less than that. Right now, it's winter, so it's fine. I can wear turtlenecks and scarves and long sleeves, and that's fine. But come the spring and summer, I do want to be able to dress appropriate to the weather and not sweat to death. For the past few days, I've been using that steroid cream sparingly, and I've also been taking the antibiotics. I have to say I'm very happy because it has cleared up on my chest a bit, and also it seems like it is less itchy, so I'm happy about that. And I'll share with you some of the things that I've been doing and some of the natural ways I've been trying to treat it as well, in addition to taking what the dermatologist prescribed for me. So the number one thing that I've read about on basically every website and in every testimonial of somebody who's gotten over flare-ups of psoriasis is diet. Diet is super important for any sort of autoimmune disease that people might be facing. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen my tweet describing how I feel about my anti-inflammatory diet. That's right, I've had to eliminate refined sugar, processed foods, nightshade vegetables, in addition to, I don't know, gluten, because that could also be an inflammatory agent. If you're trying to eat an anti-inflammatory diet, you should also not eat dairy, and there's types of meats that you shouldn't eat. You should probably only eat lean meat, is what they were saying. I don't know, I'm vegan, so I didn't have to worry about that anyway, because I already eliminated that. The hardest thing to eliminate is sugar. Do you know they put sugar in everything? There's like sugar in salad dressing, there's sugar in every drink that we have, there's sugar everywhere. It's crazy. You don't know until you start looking at the labels. It's insane. Sugar is like f***ing crack cocaine, guys. It is crack cocaine. I'm going through withdrawal. It's really hard. One thing I want to share with everybody is if you do have a skin condition like psoriasis, do not take a hot bath, okay? Don't take a hot bath, don't take a hot shower. You will regret it. And definitely do not use soaps with fragrances. It will irritate it. Let me tell you, it will irritate the f*** out of it. Another thing it's helpful to eliminate is stress, which is kind of funny because at first when I looked at my psoriasis, I of course got super stressed out about it, and then apparently that triggers it to get worse, which then makes you more stressed because there's more psoriasis, and then it's like this horrible, infinitely repeating cycle. So yeah, you want to break out of the stress cycle, and a good way to do that is to focus on your breathing so that you stop thinking about it and you're focusing on your breath. And in addition, meditation really helps. And what I found to be the most helpful for me are positive affirmations. I'm actually pulling out, I bought a planner the other day, and I absolutely adore my Inkwell planner. If you're into planning, you might be into this. I've got a page with my goals for the year, and then I've got my January mission board with my goals for January. I'm super into being organized, guys. And then on this page, I've written all my affirmations. The idea behind positive affirmations is that they're phrases, you don't just say them, you actually make yourself believe them while you're saying them. And because you're making yourself believe that, it's like rewiring your brain to think positively instead of to be constantly thinking negative about what's going on. So the affirmations that I use are, my skin is clear and beautiful. My rashes are gone. I have clear, beautiful, psoriasis-free skin. My skin is healing. Every day and in every way, I'm getting better. So sometimes when I'm saying these things, I'll touch my rash and I'll actually like really believe it. And I'll say that, you know, my skin is becoming clear and psoriasis-free. You know, and just like forcing myself to believe that it's happening and to believe that I'm healing, and that helps so much for me not to be feeling depressed about it, because that is a valid problem that a lot of people with psoriasis or other diseases might have, where they start to become very depressed and have a lot of anxiety about it, whether that's because they fear the condition will become worse, or they're fearing that, you know, people are going to look at them weird and treat them differently because of their condition. And so a really great thing to do is to just work on having a positive mindset, and also to be doing these things like meditation and breathing in order to help lower the stress hormones that you have. And you know what? If you're depressed, that's okay. I personally have struggled with depression in my life, so that's a big reason why I try so hard to think positively and to live in a healthy, positive manner. So yeah, if you have psoriasis and you've been watching this and you want to share with me your story, please go ahead and let me know in the comments. Also let me know if you have any other ideas for treatment and what I can do with these rashes right now, because I'm still researching, I'm still learning so much, and I appreciate any ideas that anyone might have. Cool. Also make sure if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also give this video a thumbs up if you liked it or it was helpful, or just if you want to give me a thumbs up. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Bye!